Good evening and welcome to the evening news for today, Friday, February the 16th, 2024. I am Gerald Bryan. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. Government renews commitment to campaign financing laws as 2025 elections loom. Decisions on Whiptail Project expected by end of first quarter VP. President Ali instructs review of laws governing stock market. GTT raises fiber speed up to 100% for 40,000 homes. And teachers' strike will continue on Monday, GTU President. Now for the news in detail. Vice President Dr. Barry Jagdeo has reassured that the People's Progressive Party Civic PPPC government remains committed to campaign financing laws for Guyana as it is one of its 2020 manifesto promises. His comments come as the country heads into another election cycle. However, there is no guarantee such laws will come on stream in time for the 2025 polls. Vanu Manikchan reports.
Campaign finance is something that is in our manifesto too. We spoke of it, so we have to strengthen provisions about campaign financing.
That was General Secretary of the ruling People's Progressive Party Civic Government, Bart Jagdeo, assuring that campaign financing laws are still a priority for the administration. This was one of the recommendations made last year by the Commission of Inquiry into the March 2020 general and regional elections. In its report, the COI said there is a strong need for such legislation as there is a perception that persons and/or corporations who give large donations stand to gain political favors. That inquiry was established by President Dr. Irfan Ali to look into the events leading up to, during, and after the March 2020 elections that saw Guyana being in a political deadlock for 5 months as a result of blatant attempts to steal the elections. Democracy eventually prevailed due to the resolve of local stakeholders and pressure from the international community. With Guyana now gearing up for another general and regional elections likely for November 2025, Jagdeo said they want to have a wide presence of the international community here and has already written the European Union to field an observer mission here for next year's polls.
The government has to invite the international observers. So in an engagement with the European Union, we're told that there are a large number of countries that are requesting missions to observe their elections, and they have a long planning cycle. So we have, if we're interested, we should send an early invitation. So I think that has been done because we want as many international observers in Guyana as possible.
During the 2020 elections, the EU Election Observer Mission was the largest foreign group here, having deployed 55 observers to monitor the opening, polling, counting, and tabulation processes in all 10 regions. In its final report, the mission found that the integrity of the entire electoral process was seriously compromised by the non-transparent and non-credible tabulation of results in the largest and decisive Region 4 by senior GCOM officials. The mission had also made 26 recommendations to improve future electoral processes, and as of May 2023, some of those priority recommendations were fully implemented by the Guyana government. Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manikchan.
The Guyana government is expected to make a decision by the end of the first quarter of 2024 on whether to approve the field development plan for the Whiptail Project, ExxonMobil's 6th project in the Stabroek Block offshore Guyana. Here is Vanu Manikchan again with the details.
This assurance was given by Vice President Dr. Bart Jagdeo during a press conference on Thursday as he was asked when government would make a decision on the Whiptail project.
The original schedule of end of the first quarter still holds.
United States oil giant ExxonMobil submitted the field development plan for the Whiptail project last year, seeking the Guyana government's approval for its 6th project in the Stabroek Block offshore. Back in December, Jagdeo had noted that while government wants to have a decision made at the earliest time possible, it would not compromise on the quality of assessments that have to be done. In November, Natural Resources Minister Vikram Bharat disclosed that British consultant firm Bayface Consultants, which crafted the production license for previous projects, has been retained to work on the Whiptail Field Development Plan. Production at Whiptail is slated to be 250,000 barrels of oil per day, with the first oil expected in late 2027. SBM Offshore has been contracted to build the floating production, storage and offloading FPSO vessel for this project, called the Jaguar. The Whiptail is the last project on ExxonMobil's list of 6 projects to come online by 2027 in the Stabroek Block, and will see production reaching just over 1.2 million barrels of oil per day. Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manik-Chand.
Heeding calls for the local private sector and other stakeholders, the government has embarked on a review of the legal framework governing the local stock exchange market, with the aim of refashioning the system to meet a more competitive financial environment. Find out more in this report.
Recently, there have been calls for an overhaul of the local stock market, with many stakeholders lamenting the outdated nature of the operations in Guyana. The Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry, GCCI, is one of the bodies leading this demand, issuing a statement just about 2 weeks ago urging that the Guyana Stock Exchange be rehabilitated to keep pace with the rapid growth of the economy. The GCCI had bemoaned that the lack of necessary infrastructure, technological advancements and regulatory framework at the Guyana Stock Exchange compromises the financial health of businesses, restricts their ability to attract investment, and ultimately hampers their growth potential. The government has since heeded these calls, according to Attorney General Anil Nandlal during his program Issues in the News.
The President has instructed a review of the relevant law, the Guyana Securities Councils Act, and to modernize it, to expand it, and to refashion it to meet an expanding, competitive, and modern commercial and financial environment.
In fact, he said work has already commenced.
The services of experts have been retained, and another person whose expertise is widely respected in the region is being pursued.
Earlier this month, Vice President Dr. Bar Jagdeo had posited that the government is prepared to support the modernization of the Guyana Stock Exchange, but had reminded that it is a privately owned mechanism. Some public companies with the stock exchange market are Banks DIH, Caribbean Containers, Citizens Bank, Demerara Bank, Demerara Distillers Limited, Demerara Tobacco Company, the Guyana Bank for Trade and Industry, Sterling Products Limited, among a few others. Once listed publicly on the exchange, share prices would grow in accordance with the company's profitability and dividend policy. However, a big problem in the country is that many companies opt to remain private, since there is a greater level of scrutiny attached to being listed publicly.
In its commitment to remain as the fastest and largest provider of internet services in Guyana, telecoms giant GTT today announced an increase in fiber speed for all customers, ranging from 33 to 100% faster at no additional cost. Rupa Sinarayan has details.
This announcement was made during a press conference by Commercial Director of Home Solutions and Fixed Networks, George Scott. Effective immediately, customers on the home internet with 50 to 100 megabits per second speed will experience a 100% increase. In addition, those on 200 megabits per second will receive 50% more speed. Customers within the 400 megabits per second bracket will receive a 33% speed upgrade.
This is a massive upgrade and a totally enhanced experience to more than 40,000 Guyanese homes across the country. We recognize that some of our customers will need a new Wi-Fi device, and we've thought about you. Don't worry, our technicians will be coming soon to have you fully set up. And so by providing faster speeds, we're not only enabling more comfortable experiences in the home, but we're providing new opportunities for personal and professional development.
GTT was the first to introduce fiber to Guyana with the promise of ensuring 70% of homes were covered by the end of 2025. A massive extension project commenced, and as of today, 2 in every 3 homes have access to high-speed fiber networks.
We're proud of what this means to Guyana, and we remain committed to our promise to reliably connect our customers. It's GTT's intention to continue to invest in our infrastructure. We will continue to enhance our services, and as a customer-centric organization, we will look and explore new ways to exceed the expectations of our customers.
Deputy Chief Executive Officer of GTT, Richard Stanton, shared that this new development forms part of the company's overall objective of supporting communities.
This is just the beginning of what we have planned for the journey ahead. Throughout the year, our customers can expect more exciting news from us, where we continue to push the boundaries of innovation and excellence.
Rupa Sinarayan, The Evening News.
Coming up, completion of Drury Lane Enhancement Project slated for next month, and changes to Matrimonial Clauses Act for National Assembly soon after High Court ruling AG.
Poultry farmers, save money and increase your production rate by cutting the time it takes to pluck your chickens with a plucking machine from Sylvies. We have them available in small, medium and large sizes. Replacement motors and plucking fingers are also readily available. Order yours now at sylviesonline.com or at our locations at 31 High and Hatfield Street, Georgetown, or Lot 90 East Henrietta, Essex.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
Transitions Light Intelligent Lenses. Pick your color. Choose your style. Available at Optique Vision Care.
Come celebrate 1770 with us. It's our 17th anniversary and we are celebrating with up to 40% discount on handsets. Get the Samsung A05 for just $16,000 or go for the Samsung A15 for just $29,000 or the Samsung A245 for just $35,000. But wait, there's more. You also get 1 month free data plan with any handset purchase. Limited time offer. Hurry to a Digicel store today. 17 years of bringing you the best. 1770 with us.
Guyana's agriculture sector is receiving tremendous support from oil companies to aid its expansion. Investment from oil companies in cutting-edge technology is increasing and improving Guyana's agricultural output. SBM Offshore Guyana and ExxonMobil Guyana Limited support two of the largest hydroponics farms in the country. Their support not only creates employment for Guyanese, but also helps CARICOM to reduce its food import bill by 25% by 2020.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. President of the Guyana Teachers Union, GTU, Mark Light, has informed that the current teachers' strike will be extended into the new week. Rupert Sinarine tells us more.
The Guyana Teachers Union had initially stated that the countrywide strike would last for 2 weeks, culminating on February 16th. However, during a live video on Friday, it was announced that the impasse will continue on Monday until the Education Ministry agrees to a meaningful meeting where the terms of resumption can be ventilated. A letter dated February 9th was issued by the union to the Permanent Secretary of the Education Ministry, indicating that the GTU was ready to commence talks. GTU President Mark Light has positioned that in order for there to be an engagement, a formal response from the ministry is needed.
And we are going to be outside on Monday, we're going to be outside on Tuesday because the strike continues. We are ready to end the strike and have dialogue, providing that the government comes to the table specific to our financial matters, that they come to the table by formally, if we write you, it is your obligation and duty to write us in return. We are not going to accept a verbal invitation for any meeting.
At his Thursday press conference, Vice President Dr. Barrett Jagdeo indicated that the Education Ministry is responsible for all engagements with the union. In response, Light called on the ministry to set timelines in bringing the impasse to a closure.
If that is the case, then all we have to do is engage the Ministry of Education to deal with our financial matters. All we have to do. So the responsibility now is in the hands of the Minister of Education and our team, the Permanent Secretary and our team, to invite the union. And now that we've gotten the green light through that press conference, respond to our letter formally. Right? Respond to our letter formally. Invite us. Let us sit and talk, agree on the terms of resumption, and let us set timelines for the implementation of salary increases for teachers.
The Vice President disclosed this week that spending on wages and salaries for teachers under the current PPPC government has dramatically increased over the past 4 years. In 2019, wages and salaries for teachers amounted to some $24.4 billion, and by 2023, this had grown to $39.4 billion, a $15 billion or 61.4% increase. Rupa Sinarine, The Evening News.
Works have commenced on the Drury Lane Enhancement Project and its completion is set for mid-March 2024. Once deemed a dumping haven, Drury Lane in Campbellville, Georgetown is set for transformation into a family-oriented avenue as part of efforts to clean up the capital city of Georgetown. Tricia Sobers has this story.
Drury Lane is a small street in Campbellville that runs from Sheriff Street into the Campbellville Fire Station at Stone Avenue. When completed, the area will comprise a walkway barred by palm trees, benches, a white picket fence, and an asphaltic concrete road for patrons to traverse to and from the community. The aim is for the area to be transformed into a recreational site for members of the community, students of the Campbellville Secondary School, and a church housed opposite the site. During a telephone interview with this newscast, Director of Solid Waste Management at the Georgetown Mayor and City Council, Walter Narine, disclosed that the project is about 7% complete. However, he is positive that the entire project will be completed by mid-March. So far, all the garbage at the site has been removed. A walkway was constructed on the reserve that runs from Sheriff Street to Stone Avenue, and the canal was desilted.
We need to resurface the road because we still want to maintain that bypass from Sheriff Street to Stone Avenue. And lastly, we need to put some trees, plant some trees around. We are presently manufacturing the benches that will be installed later on. The ticket fence will be laid down within another 2 weeks.
Narine said the Georgetown Mayor and City Council is committed to when it is complete. Further, he disclosed that City Council is looking to collaborate with various private sector bodies to enhance other areas in Georgetown.
They have a lot of dump in the dump site. You have by the museum, by the National Museum, very, very sad that an area such as that, a landmark area such as that, people are dumping garbage in 28, right? You have Stefan Street, you have opposite the gas station here on High Street. There are many sites.
The design for the Drury Lane Enhancement project was conceptualized by the Solid Waste Director and is being funded by the Ministry of Public Works, the Office of the First Lady, and the National Enhancement Committee. Tricia Sobers, Evening News.
The Ministry of Labour recently organized a one-day seminar aimed at improving awareness and compliance with labour legislation. Tricia Sobers joins us again to report that some 115 individuals, representing over 40 entities from the public and private sectors, attended the event hosted at the Regency Suites Hotel on Hatfield Street, Georgetown.
Companies engaged in the one-day seminar include BPI Guyana Incorporated, the CARICOM Secretariat, Citizens Bank Guyana Incorporated, Guyana Power and Light Incorporated, and Guy Sons Oil and Gas, among others. The seminar focused on laws governing the national minimum wage, probationary periods and paid leave, workplace safety and health, overtime payments, severance pay, termination of employment, inspections, and record-keeping and reporting incidents of child labor. During brief remarks, Labour Minister Joseph Hamilton disclosed that the activity is part of his ministry's mandate to build capacity by training and retraining workers and capitalizing on human development, which includes worker welfare and the protection of workers' rights. In this regard, he urged the participating companies to continue to collaborate with the ministry to achieve compliance with labor regulations.
If you were questioning the importance of your activities here today and why we are here, it's basically to impress and implore on both employees and employers and their representatives the importance of paying attention to the labor laws and getting from the Ministry of Labor only what the labor laws are. And secondly, we want to ensure that we have less wake houses and funerals to attend for persons who lost their lives whilst working to earn their daily bread and to feed their families.
Further, Minister Hamilton praised the participants for recognizing the necessity of re-educating themselves in the country's labor laws and underscored the importance of occupational safety and health, noting that eradicating occupational deaths is paramount.
I'm saying this to you, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't want to continue to be the death announcement bureau. I don't. I don't need anymore the CLO and the OSH head to really write the press statement for me. I can read them out to you. All you do is change names. You have been able to deal with stubborn people by recouping $160 million of employees' money from companies in the last 3 years. Last year, $69 million. And for those who are more stubborn than ever, we carry them to court. So there are remedies, and we will prosecute the remedies to ensure people are protected.
In 2023, the Ministry of Labour recorded a total of 20 occupational deaths. Outside of fatalities, the ministry recorded 175 non-fatal accidents. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
Chief Justice Roxanne George on Monday ruled that former husbands can now apply for financial maintenance from their ex-wives, having found that the Matrimonial Causes Act is discriminatory and in violation of Guyana's constitution, since it provides that only men are liable to pay such maintenance. Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Anil Nandalal has since welcomed this ruling and noted that an updated bill would soon be taken to the National Assembly. Here's a look.
I want to also welcome a ruling from the Chief Justice recently delivered, whereby Her Honor found that Section 14 of the Matrimonial Causes Act, Chapter 4502, is discriminatory on the basis of sex and gender, insofar that it only allows a wife or a woman to secure maintenance. When the case was filed, the Attorney General was obviously the respondent, and very early in the proceedings, we conceded that the Act, the Matrimonial Causes Act in its current formulation, collides with Article 149 of the Constitution, which guarantees protection against discrimination on many grounds, including sex and gender. And we indicated to the court that we will amend the law to remove that discriminatory germ from the legislation. I am pleased to report that the amendment is already drafted and will soon be taken to the National Assembly.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic on Saturday, February 17, 2024 at 23 hours 30 for 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is expected to be closed at 9 hours 40 on Saturday, February 17, 2024 for 1.5 hours.
Cricketing star Shamar Joseph partners with GTT, Barakar to benefit, and under-20 team named for CONCACAF qualifiers. Details of these stories and more in the Sportscast sponsored by McCorp coming up on the other side of the break.
Poultry farmers, save money and increase your production rate by cutting the time it takes to pluck your chickens with a plucking machine from Sylvies. We have them available in small, medium and large sizes. Replacement motors and plucking fingers are also readily available. Order yours now at sylviesonline.com or at our locations at 31 High and Hatfield Street, Georgetown, or Lot 90 East Henry.
Premier Insurance coverage for less. Stay safe.
On the job, you know how it goes. 1 minute, everything's going right, and the next, something goes wrong. Don't worry, Premier Insurance will make things right again. For all risks insurance, call 223-0840 or visit premierinsurance.gy. Fuel your success. Premier Insurance coverage for less.
In 2024, $240.1 billion from oil revenues will be channeled into the country's development. These funds will support the government's investment into infrastructural developments, welfare programs, and improvement in the people's standard of living.
It's a new day with Shilling Oil. A unique blend of natural oils to help ease and soothe the day-to-day discomforts of life. Get relief from muscle and joint pain, headaches, and congestion. Shilling Oil lets you get back to the things you love doing most. Water relief with Shilling Oil. Distributed by Massey Distribution.
Come celebrate 1770 with us. It's a birthday. Yeah, celebrate 1770 with us. Yeah. It's our 17th anniversary, and we're celebrating in style by giving away $17 million in 17 days. Top up with $1,000 or more for a chance to be one of 17 lucky winners of $1 million. Don't miss your chance. Top up today. Digicel, 17 years of bringing you the best. Come celebrate 1770.